Good morning. It is Wednesday, February the 10th, 2016, and we have made it to another week of the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Mike Prince. Thank you for joining us on this lovely, lovely day as we have now been crowned a Super Bowl champion. We'll talk a bit about that. We'll talk about a whole lot. The Johnny Manziel latest saga and an underlined hidden battle that might make a little sense to you, and we'll explain all that a little bit later on throughout the course of the show. Keep it where you got it. We're going to take a pause for the calls, and we'll go right back into this week's session. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show right here in the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your need. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, dial 936-857-9566. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here. And Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661. Apple Ford Hyundai is a dealer you can count on. Apple's range of car services include new Ford Hyundai sales, used car sales, car loans, and auto financing. Certified Ford Hyundai Auto Service Department, full selection of Ford Hyundai auto parts and aftermarket accessories. Come on out to Brenham, Texas, and find out why Apple Ford Hyundai has been named the best kept secret in Brazos Valley. They're located at 1820 Highway 290 West in Brenham, Texas. You can dial their toll-free number at 888-898-6095. There's even an internet sales division. Simply go to www.appleford.com. Apple Ford Hyundai of Brenham, Texas. Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friends at Larry's Automotive at 30540 FM 1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Mike Prince. Remember to follow us on Twitter at obn_radio. We'll be giving you latest tweets and information going on throughout our world and the world of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, in particular, Prairie View A&M University, Texas Southern University. Those two schools are right in our backyards, if you will. And we'll give you all the latest and the greatest going on right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And speaking of the Open Mic Broadcast Network, I guess it is due justice time to say congratulations to the Denver Broncos. Mr. Peyton Manning goes out as his boss, Mr. John Elway, retiring more than likely as a Super Bowl champion. They were victorious over the Carolina Panthers. Now, I will say this. I am a defensive guy. I love defense. And defense, for me, is the key factor in becoming a good team and a great team. And the Denver Broncos defense, by far, they just did lights out performance. You cannot ask for any better performance than what those young men did. And we will applaud the Denver Broncos and their efforts. So they will be recorded as the Super Bowl champions of Super Bowl 50. And everybody has been getting on Brother Cam. Cam got a little frustrated in the postseason or post-game press release and kind of stormed out, if you will. And so now everybody's giving Cam the blues. But, one thing about it, each lesson is each life experience, especially struggles and defeats, or life lessons that you can learn from and hopefully become a better individual. And speaking of becoming a better individual, at one time it was kind of annoying, but now it's really become somewhat rather sad. What's going on with Johnny Manziel? His latest incident where he and his girlfriend, who in my own sidebar, personal observation, is kind of like a co-factor in some of the problems and the struggles that this young man is facing. But what Johnny Manziel is dealing with right now is beyond football, it's beyond sports, and it's really to the core of what athletes can bring to the student-athlete life and how to deal with particular things in life. And it's to the point now where, people don't want to talk about it, or they want to keep closed mouth. Johnny Manziel is beyond the need of just seeking treatment and rehabilitation. I am strongly encouraging, advising, even praying that this young man taps into a true relationship with God, in particular, from my opinion, Christ, that he opens up and get things. And this is a prime example that you can have all the money in the world, you can have access, and still have a lot of missing factors in your life. And Manziel more than likely will not probably pick up another football in the NFL, because now stories are coming out that when they were saying that he was under the concussion protocol with the Cleveland Browns, that he was actually masking and dealing with some hangover situations. And the thing about this is that Manziel is still a young man. He still has a lot of life ahead of him, but he's going to have to do some things to get back on course. And we really, really, really want to send our wishes and our thoughts to the Manziel family, because it's beyond of just, man, did you hear about this? Did you see it? It's really gotten sad right now, and you don't want to see a young life destroyed. And it leads me to the movie that has been the center of attention, if you will, for this Oscar. I think it's Oscar or not a Grammy. I get them all confused because I don't watch them, and that's okay. There's something for everybody, but there has been, this battle cry to boycott the Oscars. And I honestly, ladies and gentlemen, forgive me for my ignorance. I don't even know if they've had them or not yet. But anywho, the movie Concussion, I have yet to see it. But I was going over this conversation, this particular movie, with my brother. And my brother was very adamant. He was very precise and to the point, being that we're former athletes ourselves. And he was saying, Mike, if I'd known better, I probably would have never played. And you wonder, could part of the Oscar nomination snub, if you will, be an underlined alliance between the NFL and the powers that be with the Oscars to kind of kill this thing that could, on the back end, save the popularity of the NFL? Something to think about. Was it in particularly directed at Will Smith? I don't know. And I know some that might be listening be like, well, Mike, how can you even go that route? It's obvious that they're snubbing Will Smith, the brother. And that's okay. but I'm trying to think of a bigger picture. If we try to bring a different avenue with this show. We don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I just want you to think for a second. This movie Concussion comes out, and it's highlighting that the human brain was not designed for all the crashes and contusions that happen in a football contest. And the fact that you would highlight this and then glorify it by giving it an Oscar could make people start thinking. Now, it won't affect those that are in the NFL right now, but it would affect those that will futurely be within the NFL. Now, let's get it right, and let's not, overlook it. Football is at its all-time high as far as popularity, not just the NFL, but collegiate football, high school football, and pee-wee football, or Pop Warner, as they call it. So you got a lot of potential parents, because when going into this discussion with my brother, he was like, Mike, I don't think I want my son to play football. And he says that his son's a little bit younger, I believe 10, 11 years old. Mine's are older, and we've been there and done that. But, when you start looking, he said, we didn't know all the possibilities. And we talk about a long quality life. When you look at Marshawn Lynch, he's been complaining of headaches and things of that nature. And he says, I'm done. Could that be possibly part of the reason? Because if you've ever played this game, football, on any level, but in particular collegiately or in the professional ranks, you get your quote-unquote bell rung. And you have been conditioned to be macho, to be tough, to say, hey, shake it off, shake the cobwebs out, get back out there and get it done, because that's what men do. And could it be that this movie Concussion was so precise and so profound that the NFL paid the Oscars nominee people some hush money? All things are possible, because we know for years the NFL in particular were covering up injuries, and they were withholding stuff, paying guys under the table to keep them quiet on potential gangbuster lawsuits. So it makes you want to think. It makes you scratch your head. Could there be more to this boycott, or not the boycott, but the snubbing, if you will, which has led to the boycott? I just something to think about, something to kind of ponder over, as they used to say on the Arsenio Hall show, things that make you go, So we'll keep an eye on that and see what is going on. I had even made reference, and I did not get a chance to, and I told you guys before, I do not watch a lot of television in particular. And I'm going to go back to this Super Bowl just for a second. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but we're still talking about football in particular, NFL football. Not that I'm a hater or anything like that. And people know that I am a Steelers fan. But for whatever reason, this Super Bowl was hard for me to watch. Extremely hard to watch. I'll be honest with you, I fell asleep on the second half. I kind of woke up in spurts, kind of see what's going on, the TV's watching you syndrome. And it was just a challenge to watch. But I got that out the way. We'll go ahead and keep a tab and an eye on what develops throughout this movie Concussion and the NFL. I think still waters run deep, and sometimes we're looking at the wrong things, and they want to throw all that smoke screen up and make it a black and white issue about Will Smith and African Americans being snubbed in the Oscars. That is really nothing new under the sun. But I'm looking now to wonder, could the NFL be behind this driving force? We know how they love to cover up things and keep things on the low, if you will, to try to save face. So speaking of saving face, we're going to get out of this segment When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Prairie View A&M University Panthers and their first win of the second half of the season against down-the-road rivals Texas Southern University. Emotional game, emotional event, and we'll tell you all about it when we return. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show. I'm your host, Mike Prince. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas.
It's a medical breakthrough. Doctors are prescribing something new to help prevent cancer and improve survival rates. But you don't get it filled at the pharmacy. The answer is as close as your local supermarket. That's right. Research has shown that a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, and other high-fiber vegetarian foods protects against cancer and can even help survival rates. Side effects of a vegetarian diet include increased energy, lower cholesterol levels, and better overall health. And with the right recipes, a high-fiber vegetarian diet can be a delicious way to help shed those unwanted pounds. So, stock up today. For a free nutrition booklet filled with delicious cancer-fighting recipes, visit cancerproject.org or call 866-906-WELL. That's 866-906-WELL. This message brought to you by the Cancer Project, committed to preventing cancer and improving survival.
While cutting molding with a 12-inch dual compound miter saw, while holding a newborn baby in your arms, when face-to-face with a congregation of alligators, with the ball in your hands and the entire freaking season on the line.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? NASCAR driver Casey Kane here, asking you to please stop the text. And together, we can stop the wrecks.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Get the message at stoptextstoprex.org.
What if I told you that for $36, you could make a big difference? At $36 a year, you can become a listening partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. This annual donation would help us continue the success of our broadcast throughout Waller County. Visit our website at ktorradio.com and become a listening partner today. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I'm your host, Mike Prince, reminding you to follow us on Twitter at obn_radio. Like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're on Instagram at obn radio. And don't forget to visit our website at obnradio.com. Well, we had a huge victory locally for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers as the Panthers took on the Texas Southern Tigers. Tigers coming in flying high, undefeated in conference play, and the Panthers under interim head coach Byron Smith was able to snap that winning streak for the Tigers and get the 59-54 victory over Texas Southern. It was very emotional. Coach Byron Smith at the end of the game. As a matter of fact, we have that post-game report available through our website, or you can either go through Spreaker.com. Of course, look for Open Mic Broadcast Network, and you'll see exclusive interviews with Byron Smith. And I also want to thank you guys for the over 7,000 hits for the Willie Simmons exclusive show that we did later last week, or during the past week, with the big news rumbling in the air that he would be moving on to Southern Mississippi, but he has decided to stay on the Hill, at least for now. to get things going on. So back to the Panthers basketball. Coach Byron Smith and the Panthers will get ready to take on the Grambling State Tigers this particular Saturday at home. The tip-off time would be for 5 p.m. Now, other SWAC basketball games that are scheduled. Mississippi Valley State will be at Alcorn. Jackson State will be at Texas Southern. And Alabama State will take on Alabama A&M. And Arkansas Pine Bluff will be at Southern University. And since we're talking about two class of all HBCUs for the 2016 campaign, and it was quite a two class of all HBCUs for the 2016 campaign, and it was quite a two class of all HBCUs for the 2016 campaign, and it was. And we got it together right now. I had a little feedback coming back, and I apologize about that. That's some of the challenges that you have when you go live on certain things. But anyway, we're talking about this class for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, and we're going to get our little compiled list together, if you will, of those who were going to be joining the forces of Coach Willie Simmons and the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. I want to give them congratulations. These are some of the JUCO transfers: Raphael Aguilar, Terrence Jackson, Davion Wheaton, and the recruiting class breakdown saw 1 quarterback, 3 running backs, 4 offensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs, 1 long snapper, 1 tight end, and 1 wide receiver. 2 of these young men are out of the Golden State of California, 3 from Florida, 1 from Louisiana, and 13 ball players from the state of Texas. And as promised, at least in round 1, Coach Willie Simmons has delivered by reaching out to the locals to be a part of this Prairie View A&M University Panther movement. You can go to Prairie View A&M University's website and check out the listing of these young men who have become a part of PV Nation, and we want to let them know that we are PV proud to have them on board with us. And speaking of PV proud, in case you had not heard, baseball season is right around the corner, and we welcome new head baseball coach Antoine Riggins to kick off his inaugural season for the 2016 campaign, as we have just, as they say, sealed the deal to give you exclusive baseball coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network for the 2016 campaign. We have, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was 26 scheduled game broadcasts. The first one will be taking place February the 19th down in New Orleans, as there will be the MLB Youth Invitational tournament opening up February the 19th through the 21st. We'll be there to give you every pitch along the way, as the Panthers, led by head coach Antoine Riggins, will kick things off for the 2016 campaign. As a matter of fact, we are going to be doing an exclusive interview with Coach as we get closer to the season. Excitement is throughout the air. A lot of activities going on with the movement on PV Nation, the Hill, as we like to call it. The stadium is moving right along. The soccer field is coming up, and you got the track field under construction. So there's a lot of buzz in the air for PV Nation. So what we're going to do right now is take us another break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about something that I'm supposed to be at on tomorrow, and I'm still scratching my head trying to figure out, A, how did they come up with this, and B, how did I get talked into it? I'll tell you all about it when we return. You listen to the Mike Prince Show. I'm your host, Mike Prince. It is 25 minutes past the hour. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas. Apple Ford Hyundai is a dealer you can count on. Apple's range of car services include new Ford Hyundai sales, used car sales, car loans, and auto financing. Certified Ford Hyundai Auto Service Department, full selection of Ford Hyundai auto parts and aftermarket accessories. Come on out to Brenham, Texas, and find out why Apple Ford Hyundai has been named the best kept secret in Brazos Valley. They're located at 1820 Highway 290 West in Brenham, Texas. You can dial their toll-free number at 888-898-6095. There's even an internet sales division. Simply go to www.appleford.com. Apple Ford Hyundai of Brenham, Texas.
Okay, astronaut, you're up. You'll be meeting with Wish Kid Brandon.
Roger, Brandon.
His wish is to see a space shuttle launch.
All systems are go. We are clear for liftoff.
This year, more than 27,000 children will be diagnosed with a life-threatening medical condition. And, Cowboy?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be meeting with Shayla at a dude ranch in San Antonio.
Let's saddle up.
Some will miss school. Some will miss time with their family and friends. Princess, are you here?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for rescuing me from that evil witch.
Juliana wishes for a princess-themed room makeover.
That sounds magical.
But with your help, the Make-A-Wish Foundation can lift their spirits and give them a special kind of hope. Pirate!
Yar!
You're up for Isaac's wish.
Aye, aye, Captain.
The wishes of thousands of children are waiting to come true.
You can help make my wish happen. Visit wish.org today.
With over 20 years of experience as a lawyer, attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. can help you with whatever your need may be. Divorce, car accidents, criminal case, wills, deeds, trust, civil suits, parent and child relationships. Contact Richardson's Law Office located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them at 979-826-8008. Attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. in Hempstead, Texas. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. Mike Prince here with you as we'll go right along into our, our third segment. Man, time just flies when you're having fun. Now, February 11th, I have an event that I've been asked to kind of host and MC. For those who are not aware, we do a whole lot for our student athletes throughout this community, throughout the county in particular.
Where does his future in the NFL stand now?
Well, if you think about back in late November, early December, like if this was the height of bile,
all kind of stuff breaking in on us right now, but we got that taken care of. We have an event that is taking place that is, I'm still trying to scratch my head. How do you come up with this? And how did I get talked into doing it? And it's called donkey basketball. Now, I admit that I have become a country boy, and I love being in the country, but I had never heard of donkey basketball. And we're going to be hosting this donkey basketball event at Waller High School February 11th. And I believe it starts at 5:30 p.m. Of course, it's a charity event for the FFA. A bunch of great kids, and we're going to be there to show our support, have some fun. But one thing that I am going to go on record and say right now, I don't think I'll be riding a donkey. I just, I just can't see myself doing that. But never say never. That's why I say I don't think. But donkey basketball, I've researched a little bit, and it is a rural specialty event. They put special shoes on the donkeys, and they just walk up and down. And if you know anything about a donkey can be an ornery fella. He don't want to do much. He don't want to say much, and he just gonna do what he do, how he do, and it's going to be an interesting tale of events. So if you have nothing to do and you're in the Waller County area, come check us out at Waller High School, 5:30, in the basketball gymnasium, where they'll have this donkey basketball event, a fundraiser for FFA. And I'm told that it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking for a clothespin right now that I could bring with my nose, because you know these guys, they will relieve themselves, I believe, at the drop of a dime. So I haven't had much experience being around donkeys and things of that nature, and we'll see. So you never know what happens when you wake up out of bed, and never know the opportunities. You might end up being one of my favorite sports of all time. Who knows? But the donkey basketball, February 11th at Waller High School. Be there or be square. Well, as you know, we're in our listening partner drive. It starts February the 1st, and it will conclude March the 15th. This will be going on to help with our spring sports edition, if you will. And we have 3 levels that you can become a listening partner on. We ask you, if you could, start off with a $12 donation, a $24 donation, or a $36 donation. We bring you over 400 live sporting events from high school to collegiate level. And we are mighty glad to be there and tell you all about it. We just told you last segment that we're going to be starting off with Prairie View Baseball, February the 19th in New Orleans, and we got all the road games we will be broadcasting live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're also going to be doing some of the local high school baseball games. We're getting our football schedule, believe it or not, wrapped up in time where we can have that out for you. We do the SWAC basketball tournament. We're all over the place, and we can continue to be all over the place with your support and with your help. So if you don't mind, visit our website at obn-radio and become a listening partner. It is very, very simple. You could do a $12, $24, $36. Hey, you might even say, you know what, that is so inexpensive. Let me increase that. By all means, do that. Or you might even be in a situation where the $12 might be a little too steep for you. Whatever the amount is, please consider doing something to help us continue to get the work out for these young men and women that we bring you coverage for, because it is absolutely a labor of love for us. And we look forward to the continued growth and the continue moving forward as a community, as a nation, PV Nation, Waller Nation, Hempstead Nation, Royal Nation, Somerville Nation, V-Side Nation. And V-Side, those are my St. Louis natives. We cover athletic programs for the St. Louis Public Schools. So we're all over the place, and we can continue to bring you quality and sports that you can't get anywhere else, and particularly they're not even trying to get it to you. So we're trying to live by the motto that charity begins at home. Will you visit our website, obn-radio.com, make your donation today? We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to discuss something that most of you guys, if you're in any type of relationship, you will definitely want to stay tuned for this next segment. My name is Mike Prince, and you're listening to The Mike Prince Show. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. new year, and that means tax season is here.
And Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661.
Hello, this is Mike Prince, the host of The Mike Prince Show, featured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Just wanted to share with you that we have our app available where you can go and download it at Google Play absolutely free. You'll never miss another show. You can catch up with old archives, and you can pass it on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The Mike Prince Show app available at Google Play absolutely free. Talk that makes sense. The Mike Prince Show, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your need. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, dial 936-857-9566. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. Mike Prince here with you guys. I want to give you fair warning that if you are in any type of relationship, you have 4 days, count them, 4 days before Valentine's Day is upon us. And I know that if you're an average guy, you'd be like, what's the big deal? We just now getting over Christmas. You better have something on Valentine's Day. I don't know why, but that is the one quote-unquote holiday that you cannot get away without doing nothing. Even if it's a card with a little bit of the favorite cologne she likes to smell on you, and a quick handwritten I love you memoir. You've got to do something, because that will determine how the rest of your 2016 will go. I guarantee you. So guys, don't get caught slipping. You know, football season's over with. I know basketball season is starting to warm up, but February the 14th will be here before you know it. And you're going like, well, how do I approach it? I don't know what to do. I don't have much money. That's one where it says the thought really, really does matter. And they can go from 0 to 60. I can't believe you did not get me anything. You wouldn't. I don't mean that much to you. So save yourself some grief, save yourself the heartache, and go to. Matter of fact, go today and secure something. And it's not about how much you spend, but spend something on that special someone in your life where you could have a peaceable holiday or Valentine's Day experience. Take it from me, you don't want to go without doing something for that particular day. And speaking about doing something on a particular day, I don't know if you've heard this, but Good Times is coming with a 40-year reunion. And they're actually going to celebrate this 40-year reunion in a movie, I believe it's going to be a made-for-TV movie. Not real sure on how that is, but they're getting the old crew together. Unfortunately, Esther Roll is no longer with us. She has gone on to glory, but listening to some interviews with John Amos, they had approached Esther Roll and had tried to get her to do this show as a single mom. And she eventually said, no, I don't want to do it. If we're going to do it, it has to have a father in it, and i.e. John Amos. Even though if you watch that series, eventually they ended up writing Amos out, but that was due to some contractual difficulties, and Amos said enough is enough, and he springed out. And as a matter of fact, I believe that was right at the time when he was in production of doing Roots. I'd have to research that to be a little bit more clear, but I believe that's what that was. So the Good Times reunion. From what I saw, of course, JJ is still around with us, and Michael, and I'm calling them by their character names, Rolona, Thelma, and of course Mr. Johnny. And of course we know that Janet Jackson was there. I'm thinking that she would be a part of it because she was a part of the Good Time series as it got later on in. But the factor is, or the question is this something that you would be interested in partaking in? Why don't you send us a tweet at obn_radio and let us know if that's something that you would like. Or you can send an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com. That's ombnetwork@gmail.com. Let us know if you think that would be something worth your while, worth your time to watch the old gang get together. And a very good storylines dealt with some issues on a serious nature, and it was a well put together show. And I tell you something else that I have found to be extremely uplifting for me in particular. You guys heard me say that I don't really watch a lot of television and programming, but there's one program that I watch, and I'm almost ashamed to say, but I'm not, just about every day, and that's Sanford and Son. And as I began to watch this, I have to clear my throat, excuse me. Sorry about that. As I was watching Sanford and Son one day, and it began to dawn upon me that when you really look at it beyond the comedic runs that Esther and Fred had together, this was really another positive black role model on television. Well, how you say that, Mike? This guy was rude and insulting, but it showed that Fred even still loved his wife even in her passing. He was dedicated father to raise his son, to try to look out for his son, and more importantly, Fred was an entrepreneur. Now, he wasn't lavishly rich or anything like that, but he took care of business. He said what he meant what he said. But when the deal boiled down, he was loyal to his family. He was loyal to his friends, even though he insulted Esther. Every opportunity he got, he loved Esther. He looked out for Esther. He came through for Esther on certain times. So I'm beginning to see things in a different light. It's something, and I was talking with someone the other day, it's amazing that as we get older, we realize and see things in such a totally different way that it makes you go like, didn't really know about that, didn't even think about that. And so it's just one of those things. And another thing I was thinking about, and I had to chuckle to myself, and I don't know about you, but I've been really enjoying these gas prices. I looked the other day and gas was $1.39. And I had to scratch my head, and I said, man, it's been a long time since I've seen gas at $1.39 a gallon. And it made me begin to think, and I really, even though I'm involved in a political race right now and all that, I don't consider myself political. I look at myself as a servant. But then when I looked at the political genre that we have on our current president, President Obama, and how some say he's the worst in history, some say he's the best in history, but you base things on the economic levels under those regimes, I would think. And they can say what they want to say, but the brother has made driving fun again. And, I know oil prices are struggling right now, and the economy is still, somewhat healthy and strong, and the gas prices are to the point where people are actually becoming more mobile. Travel is up because people can afford to go different places again, and it's just refreshing to be able to see that. So we'll see how all this unfolds, and how, as they say, as the world turns, and we'll find out exactly how this comes out in the long run. President Obama's term is about to expire. You got a lot of choices to be choosing from and opening up from, and who knows what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. But you got to get out there and let your voice be heard. So if you're not registered, go and get registered, and vote on candidates based on how you research them. You can't take someone else's word for it. Don't be a clone. Don't be a robot. Investigate and vote on the issues, especially the issues that are concerning to you. And if you happen to agree with someone or disagree with someone on their opponent of choice, okay, by all means, you can have a civil conversation and discuss what you don't like and how you don't like. But if your person happens not to win the office, don't spend the rest of the time while they're in office badgering and nitpicking. Find a way to join forces, move this nation forward, which trickles down to the states, which trickle down to the cities, the towns, and so on and so forth. Move forward, and everybody else will come together, and we'll win. And speaking of winning, for those who are unaware of the host here, yours truly, Mike Prince, I am running for local office in our beautiful town of Prairie View, Texas, running for the office of mayor. So I would love to throw a pitch, but I'm not going to even throw a pitch right now, but I would just challenge you to Google my name, Michael W. Prince, and just based on my work, based on my contributions to this community, if you feel that I would be a viable, reliable representation for the city of Prairie View, I do solicit your vote. And that is my public service announcement for today. We're going to take us a break, and we'll come back with our final segment of this week's Mike Prince Show. My name is Mike Prince. Keep it where you got it, and I promise you we'll be right back. You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas.
You know what? I got a problem with drinking and driving. Too many fall victim, most don't survive it. We just gotta think before we drink, cause you can lose your life just as fast as you can blink. It's that simple. We all know driving drunk is illegal, still we're doing it. I'm just trying to smarten up my people so we can keep it safe on the roads. I'm all about mad, and that's because they got a positive goal. So next time when you out with the guys, make sure at least one stays sober to ride. Keep it safe, y'all. Yeah, keep it safe, y'all. Yeah, mad.org.
You want to know what Boy Scouting is all about? Boy Scouts of America program has 3 specific objectives, commonly referred as the aims of scouting. They are character development, citizenship training, and personal fitness. If you have a young man between the ages of 11 and 17 and you live in the Houston area, dial 713-659-8111. On my honor, I will do my best.
Did you know that physically active children are healthier? It's true. Exercise protects them from diabetes, obesity, cancer, and heart disease.
Sadly, nearly half of our kids don't get the recommended 60 minutes of exercise a day. So turn off your kids' TV or computer and take them outside for a walk or bike ride. After all, what's more important than your child's health? To learn more about getting exercise into your child's life, visit the American Council on Exercise website at acefitness.org. That's acefitness.org.
Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
All right, welcome back to our final segment of this week's show. I'm Mike Prince. Welcome to the Mike Prince Show. Once again, follow us on Twitter at obn_radio. Like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're on Instagram at obn radio. And you can always find us at our website at obnradio.com. We did some updates on the website, so go there and check it out and see what's going on. We have our broadcast schedule for the Prairie View 2016 baseball team. We got the basketball broadcast schedule on there, and believe it or not, we're going to be having the football schedule come out real soon. We don't let any grass grow underneath our feet. We're about moving forward, and so we got it going on. And I forgot, I got to get in contact with a good friend of mine, Mr. Ryan McGinty. He is a Navasota native, or his family is from Navasota, and he's always been harassing about Waller and Navasota ought to play each other. Waller and Navasota ought to play each other. Well, Ryan McGinty, if you're listening, it's happening 2016. Navasota and Waller will get together on the gridiron, and we'll be there to bring you that broadcast right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We also have, right now, at least 7 of the Prairie View A&M University Panther football games secured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And we're truly, truly excited. But right now, it's all about baseball. First baseball game will be broadcast February the 19th right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Stay tuned and follow us on Twitter, where you can get the latest times and schedules as they're coming out, or visit our website where we can give you the times. We got the schedules and the dates, but we don't have the times, so we'll give you all that. And you got to our live broadcast page. You'll be able to listen to the game as it unfolds right there at the tip of your fingers. So go and check out everything that's going on. Don't forget, you can be a listening partner on the levels of $12, $24, or $36. We're right in the middle of our spring campaign. It will conclude on March the 15th, and we would love for you to partner up with us. Send us an email. We can even work on having you be a co-host on some of these games that we do, if that's something that you'll be interested in. We are working on some ticket giveaways for the football season and for the Prairie View baseball season to our dedicated fan base. We'll probably set it up by way of a trivial question, or just go randomly by the supporters, the listening supporters that we have. We'll give you a pair of tickets to a Prairie View home football game, Prairie View home baseball game, and even work something out for the other sporting events that are available on the campus of Prairie View. So stay tuned, as we mentioned, at obn_radio by way of Twitter, where you can get the latest and the greatest information. And don't forget that we are building and serving this community through faith and athletics. I am your host, Mike Prince. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of the Mike Prince Show. And we try to bring you a different swing and variety of things that are going on here. And hopefully we've met that goal on today. Don't forget, we're here each and every Wednesday from 8 to 9 a.m. live Central Standard Time. I'm Mike Prince. Thank you for joining us. Until next week, may God bless you. May he keep you. And we'll see you on the other side. Later.